We have arguably the first big matchup of the season for the Liberty on Saturday afternoon. New York, winners of 5 straight games. They're 9-2 on the season. They're going to visit the Connecticut Sun, team with the best record in the WNBA at 9-0. It's a big Eastern Conference showdown, and we've got to preview this game. So let's do it with the great women's basketball insider and founder of Girls Talk Sports TV, the fantastic Khristina Williams, who joins me now. Khristina, what's going on?
Hey, Dex. I'm good. I'm chilling.
No, good. I like that you call me by my nickname, and I'm going to have to work in yours. We were talking about that before we started recording. But, Khristina, I want to start by talking about the Sun because, as fans remember, the Liberty, they knocked the Sun out of the W playoffs last year in the semifinals. But this year, the Sun, they're off to a strong start. They've yet to take an L. What is working for this Sun squad, and how impressed are you with their 9-0 start?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the schedule definitely were heavy favorites to start the season for the Sun, and I don't want to discredit their undefeated record. This is a team that bolsters a roster with experience of veteran players. They have team chemistry, that word that I use a lot for the New York Liberty, but the Connecticut Sun, they have team chemistry. This is a team that's playing with urgency because they are on a mission to win their first championship in franchise history. We've always heard the term, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And I think that the Connecticut Sun, they're a group that's in a win-now situation. They want to win now. The team, they rank 4th in offensive rating, and they're the 1st in defensive rating, which is credits to their big three in Alyssa Thomas, Brianna Jones, DeWanna Bonner. But also, Dejanay Carrington has been playing really well this season on both sides of the ball. She's been able to handle tough defensive assignments night in and night out for the Connecticut Sun. Obviously, Alyssa is the engine for the Connecticut Sun. Right now, she's 1st in the league in terms of leading with assists with 8.8 per game, and she's 6th in the league with rebounds. So she's getting it done with not only getting her teammates involved, but helping her team to gain more possessions. And then Brianna Jones, she's coming back from an ACL injury, and I think that the Connecticut Sun definitely felt the impact last season when we talk about losing to the Liberty in the semifinals. Having a player like Brianna Jones available right now has definitely been a huge help for the Sun, especially on the offensive end. She's currently 2nd in field goal percentage in the WNBA. She's shooting over 62% for the Connecticut Sun. And then DeWanna Bonner, I mean, last year I had a chance to speak to her at All-Star. She hinted at possible retirement. And I'm like, why would you retire? You still have a lot of game left in you. And we see that happening at the start of the season. She's averaging nearly 20 points per game. And she's been the most efficient on the offensive end in her career through these first 9 games. So that's what I'm liking from this Connecticut Sun team. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention Ty Harris having a breakout season as well.
Yeah, a lot of players playing really good for them. You talked about how they're #1 in the league right now in defense. They've been getting it done on that end for sure. Now, let's look at the Liberty. They started the season off 4-0. Then they dropped back-to-back games. Now they've won 5 straight contests. What do you like about what the Liberty have been doing on the court during this current winning streak?
I mean, for me, I think that not enough people are talking about the improvement of Sabrina Ionescu. She's been playing more confident this season in terms of attacking the rim and finishing at the basket. And then MVP Breanna Stewart, she's playing her best basketball right now. Through these last few games, she's scored 58 points in her last 2 games. And so I think that she's finally starting to find her rhythm offensively. She's leading the Liberty in scoring right now, averaging a near double-double. So this is a team that, you know, they return their core. They're starting to find that groove in terms of continuity. But I think that that's the things that I'm liking and standing out about this Liberty squad. And of course, Benaja Laney Hamilton, she gets it done on both sides of the ball. But I think that it's always the next woman up mentality. And of course, early in the season, we were talking about that second unit. Kayla Thornton has been a great 3-and-D player for the New York Liberty, but also Ivana and Leone and Niara Sabali, who's going to be out today due to an injury. But I think that they're starting to look like more of a cohesive team.
Yeah, starting to see that with the second unit during this 5-game winning streak. And Connecticut's start might have them thinking that they are the best team in the Eastern Conference or the best team in the league. So I got to ask you this, Khristina. Is this a game where you're looking at the Liberty to make a statement? And although we're just a quarter of the way through the season, is it important that they do make a statement here on Saturday when they play the Sun?
Well, as mentioned earlier, the New York Liberty are on a 5-game winning streak, and the Connecticut Sun are undefeated. However, the Liberty did beat the Connecticut Sun in their lone preseason game, and so Of course, they want to make a statement, but especially because a lot is on the line right now. This is the Commissioner's Cup. The Liberty are 3-0 in Commissioner's Cup games, and the Connecticut Sun are 2-0 in Commissioner's Cup games. And so I do think that the winner of today's game will probably make the final in the East when we talk about the Commissioner's Cup's finals. The New York Liberty won the Commissioner's Cup last season, but money is on the line. A $500,000 prize is a big enough incentive for any team to want to make a statement today.
Yeah, definitely is. When you can get paid to make a statement, that helps as well, too. Last thing for me, Khristina, give me your keys to the game. What are the keys to the Liberty going up to Connecticut and knocking off the undefeated Sun on Saturday? What has to happen?
Well, we preach defense a lot, but I think that that's truly the key to containing Connecticut's big three that we talked about earlier. They also have to limit the Sun from establishing a rhythm beyond the perimeter. Last season, the New York Liberty held Alyssa Thomas to her lowest season averages in the regular season, and we saw how important defensive assignments work there. But also, both teams have been struggling this season from the three-point line. Connecticut is only shooting nearly 30%, and the New York Liberty nearly 32%. And I think that both teams can be better when it comes to shooting beyond the arc. But also, this game may very well come down to three-point shooting. In that lone preseason game, Rachel Banham was a standout. She shot 6 for 10 from beyond the arc, and then DeWanna Bonner had 4 threes in that game. And so I think that the Liberty, they have to play defense, especially around the perimeter, but also trying at the same time to contain Connecticut's big three. And I also think that throughout the season that the New York Liberty needs to play a consistent 40 minutes. We've seen them get off to great starts and even have great fourth quarters, but I think that they need to be consistent all 40 minutes. They are at their best when Jonquel Jones is effective on both sides of the ball. And we've seen early on that Jonquel has gotten frustrated or into foul trouble, so she has to remain poised, especially because Connecticut is a team that likes to play physical. They have great size. And then Liberty, again, they also have to limit their turnovers against the Connecticut Sun. Going back to that lone preseason game this season, the Connecticut Sun had 25 points off of 20 New York Liberty turnovers. So just taking care of the ball. And then also Courtney Vandersloot, she's doubtful for today's game due to personal reasons. Niara Sabali, who was a great reserve off the bench, will be out. So the Liberty has to have that next woman up mentality when it comes to everyone getting involved and just staying consistent. I think that that's going to be the through line to defeating an undefeated Connecticut Sun team.
All right, well, we will see if the Liberty are able to get it done and knock off the Sun, who are undefeated. Big game up in Connecticut today. Khristina Williams, the great women's basketball insider, founder of Girls Talk Sports TV. She will be all over it. Khristina, always good to talk some women's hoops with you. We'll talk again soon.
Always good to chat with you, Dex.
Thank you.